I'm not asking for much, just riches beyond my wildest dreams. So this isn't the kind of video that I normally make, but I'm making this one because I just want to get your opinions on a couple of matters. That's right, you, my beloved subscribers and other viewers. Now, as a lot of you have already noticed, I've got a new intro which is a lot shorter, a lot snappier, and I suppose you could say a bit more modern. It's about 2 seconds long, which is a lot shorter than my previous intro, which was 7 seconds long, which I thought was very nice, but it just seemed to take rather a long time and perhaps wasn't really necessary. But the main reason that I've got a new intro is because I'm considering the possibility that I may be able to go high definition in the future. I've already posted one video in high definition, but it's possible that I may be making more high-definition videos in the future. And the intro that I had before, I only had in standard definition. I could remake it in high definition, but it would take a little time. And I don't know, I've had a mixed reaction with this new intro already, and I just wondered what you wanted to say about it, whether you're happy with it, whether you preferred the old one, whether the length of the intro doesn't matter, and so on and so forth, and things like that. Whatever you want to say on the subject of my new intro. Now, this isn't a high definition video, it's a standard definition video because the camera that I'm using at the moment can only do standard definition. But the main thing is this. Now, it's not actually true that what I want is lots of money, but it is kind of frustrating to me to see that the rewboss channel really hasn't been living up to my expectations or what I feel its potential could possibly be. Now, I know that there are many genuinely very talented YouTubers out there who are in a similar situation. They're just sort of not getting the recognition they feel they deserve. This isn't about sour grapes, this is just sort of my own personal frustration. The thing is, and this is where I would appreciate your input, is that I feel that quite a lot of the biggest problems that the rewboss channel has are really my mistakes that I've made, and there are a few of them. First of all, the way that the channel evolved, there's just so many different types of content on the channel. Travel documentaries, vlogs, comedy sketches, tutorials. I think that's probably very unhelpful because when somebody sees one of my videos and subscribes on the strength of it, and then my next video is something completely different that maybe they don't enjoy, that's obviously going to be a reason for switching off. If I was starting from scratch, I would make several different channels and keep different types of content to different channels. But I started way back in 2006, and it's just kind of sort of evolved since then, and it's kind of a little bit late to do that. Another thing, when people come into the help forums and say, I think my channel deserves more exposure, how can I ensure this? One of the things that I always say is that the most important thing is to network, to talk to people, to talk to your subscribers, to watch other videos, to turn on activity sharing and all of this. Now, this is an area that I myself have neglected, and I've tried once or twice to deal with that, but it's a lot of work and it's a lot of effort, and I just haven't given myself the kind of time to do that. I keep making conscious efforts to respond to comments, and believe me, I do appreciate all of your comments, even if I don't respond to them as I possibly should. I've not been quite so active in the German group, which I kind of regret, but it just happened like that. The other thing, of course, is that I make videos in 2 different languages. And again, perhaps I should have had separate channels for that, but it just, sort of didn't work out like that. The thing is that I started making videos in English, which of course is my native language, and that was fine. And I decided as an experiment to see if I could make a video in German, and it was making videos in German that got me recognized by the German community, which got me recognized as a YouTube celebrity almost, at least in Germany. A minor celebrity, but you know, I was up there in the top 100 partners, and since then I've just sort of slid back down into nowhere. So I got this German audience who appreciated the fact that I make German videos, but I also didn't want to alienate all my non-German speaking subscribers and viewers who also enjoyed my videos, and so I'm kind of making videos, trying to make videos in both languages. Closed captions are a wonderful thing which I use, and they also benefit, for example, the hearing impaired. I know that I've got a few people who watch my videos because they have captions because they are hearing impaired. But it's not always easy to use, it's not always intuitive. People don't necessarily know to switch on closed captions and how to select the correct language. And YouTube doesn't make it any easier either. In my old intro I had an arrow which pointed to the button where you could find the menu to switch on captions, but they've been moving things about on the bar, and it now depends on whether you're watching this video on the YouTube site itself or embedded somewhere else. Did that make sense? Anyhow, any input that you have, any insight that you can give, what do you enjoy about my videos? What do you enjoy less? What kind of things do you like me doing? What would you like to see more of? There are some sort of common sense limits. I mean, for example, my day out in videos, which I'm very proud of and I really enjoy doing, I can only really do them if I actually go out somewhere, and we've done most of the interesting places near here, and it means sort of going further afield, and that's more difficult now that we got cats to think about, and we can only really do it in the summer and blah 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 blah. I do appreciate all of your comments and all of your insight. And even if I neglect to respond to everybody, thank you all in advance. I will certainly read through them with interest. And obviously I can't accommodate everybody's wishes because different people, I think this is the problem, different people are watching my channel for different reasons, and I can't accommodate all of you. And I'm not really in a position at the moment to start up lots and lots of little channels. Although it is an option if I do suddenly get very famous, that's something I could possibly do. And I've just realized that for the second time in a row, I've made an entire video and forgotten to take that ugly plastic bag down. Sorry about that, but really, I'm not going to make the entire video all over again just because of that thing over there. I hope you understand. Thanks for listening.